Hello everybody, it's Lynne Telfer here. My students and I have decided to explore the potential of Minecraft Education Edition, and we have made up a lesson to sort of check out what we can do in terms of 21st century learning. We decided we would like to explore the human body in an engaging collaboration with creative and unexpected results. And the way we do that is by letting the kids take charge. So we are using project-based learning in a little miniature style. So this lesson can be for anyone between 6 years old to 13 years old, and you just modify it to meet the needs of your students. So some of the skills that we're looking at are collaboration, critical thinking, and using project-based learning. So we're going to make a human body. That means we're going to have to do a little bit of learning. Shock. Okay, so we worked out a few learning objectives here. One of them is that we need to identify the parts of the body and describe and display their purpose. We're going to collaborate, I love that word, collaborate to create a single human body with significant organs and the systems represented. We're going to use the project-based learning techniques, and we're going to communicate ideas and our explanations and processes in a variety of ways, including multimodal text, and I'll come to that later. So, with this in mind, we need to make a human body. Now, some of the things that I have written down that the kids may need to think about is, how will we represent the functions of the body? So the kids are going to have to come up with how that's going to be done. How will the body be positioned? And I must admit, for my group, I kind of cheated. I'll come to that soon. And how do we ensure all the main organs fit in? How do we use blocks, redstone, and everything that's available to represent the functions of the body parts? And what organs are we going to choose to be represented in the body? How do we show that the organs are linked to each other? And how do we show what we've learnt about the organs and systems within the game? Now that's just a little brainstorm I had, just to get my head around what I think the kids are going to have to think about themselves. Now it's up to you how much direction you give your students. For example, I talked about the position of the human body. I decided for my group, because we had limited time, I mapped out a very basic human body on the ground, and they built from there. So it's really up to you how you want to do that. To make it as easy as possible, I've included here some screenshots of the actual lesson plan and some video of the lesson in progress, and a couple of photos of the kids being absolutely awesome. So I hope you enjoy this video, and have a go at it in your classroom and let me know how it goes. So let's start by looking at the use of ICT in our project. It can be done at any level that you like, but I could choose between 4 and 5 for mine. For example, students use ICT to support knowledge construction, and the ICT is required for constructing this knowledge. That's a given. If I want my students to go further and produce some sort of product using Sway or PowerPoint or Mix, then I would say that they do create an ICT product for authentic users. Okay, let's get started. Now you might have a group of kids that are more than happy to come onto the server and just stand there listening to your instruction before they get started. Or you might have a group of kids that want to get started straight away and break things and, fly up in the air and do whatever. So I'm going to give you a little bit of help here. I'm going to show you how to build a spawn point. Now, spawn points are easy, you just spawn in, bang, there you are. But if you want a place where the kids are sort of, contained and can't build until you want them to, pay attention. All right, so let's have a look at our inventory. So I'm obviously in creative, And the blocks that I want are right at the bottom here. There is the allow, deny, and border. So I'm going to grab the deny and the border block for now. Okay. Chuck those away. Alright, so I'm just going to put a couple of deny blocks in, and this will stop them building. Quite easy. And they cannot build above it or below it, which is really great. Now I'm going to make it just a small version of it here. Obviously you make it as big as you like for your particular class. Now, pretty easy. And now I'm just going to put a border block around, and they can't get out of that at all. Which means when they spawn in, you know that they will stay there until you break the blocks. Oops. There we go. There. Beautiful. Alright. And then in the middle, I'm just going to make sure that this is where they spawn. So it'll be set world spawn. Tab to get that. Done. And now if anybody spawns into this world, we have a contained area, which is pretty cool. Now that contained area is great because the kids, you know, you're telling them what to do and then you say go for it and you release them. I find that it just works really well. Now the next thing that I will do is set some of the kids to become world builders. Now world builders have some special qualities. They can actually break these blocks. So you can put them in charge of the allow, deny, and border blocks, and they can keep control of that. And they also have access to these, which are amazing. So if I scroll down here, we've got some extra little blocks added. The slate, the poster, the board. Voila. And they can actually put writing on these. And help record what is happening. So they can either put information about the human body on it or who is doing what in that particular section, which would be pretty cool. So let's get started. That's right, I am forcing these poor students, to do a lesson today. Now I have some helpers. I'm going to call them the elites. That's Michael. Hi, Michael. And I've got Chelsea. Now they have been given world builder status, which means they could escape my evil little lair that I've got back there. The rest of them are all stuck. Now let me explain a little bit about the lesson. First of all, we have here, as you can see, a very, very basic layout of what we got of a human body. I know, I'm the world's greatest builder, aren't I? Yeah. Okay, so these guys are going to actually turn that into a functioning human body with lots and lots of organs and bits and pieces. Now, speaking of one body, these guys have to act like one mind, working together to make this whole thing happen, which means we are using the highest level of collaboration there is, and we are looking at problem solving. So let's see how well they go. This is going to be awesome. So what we got here is, we got Jessica, we got Jessie, Sean, we got Josh, Olivia, and Luke and Aaron, and of course my elites. Now, I have not set them any tasks. No, they are going to work it all out for themselves. Again, the highest form of collaboration. So, I'm going to ask Chelsea and Michael to now release the prisoners and let them forth onto the body, and let's see what happens. It's up to you guys now to work out who's going to do what to make this whole body work. Alright? That's the thing. It's up to you now how to do that. You make text on the screen how to do it if you don't think yelling out onto each other is going to work. Alright? Some of you have already started, so you made it simple. All I'm asking is that every single part gets done. Okay, go. All right. Okay, I can see already that Olivia has started making a rib. Michael's helping. Jessica has just... Oh, Jessie and Jessica are starting to build a vein underneath there. Excellent. Josh and Aaron have started making the head. The head might need to be a bit bigger, guys, now that I've made the body bigger. That's probably about the size of his chin. So let's see what size. Oh, look, a sign's going up. Chelsea's putting up a sign. Excellent. It looks like it's the size of a poster there, so that's going to be cool. Information is already going in. Michael's adding the other ribs there. And look who we got down here, just sort of surveying and getting ready. Starting to build. Luke is starting to build the legs. So let's talk about problem solving. Yes, the students do have to solve problems in terms of working out how they're going to present this work. But it's not a real world problem that they're trying to solve. So this I would put down as 2. The learning activity's main requirement is problem solving, but the problem is not a real world problem. Now here's a part of the lesson that I really enjoyed. I just left my computer set up for a time-lapse video like this, and I walked around the class and just watched and helped where I was needed. And it was fantastic to see the collaboration and the problem solving that was happening in the classroom at this point. It was a very noisy time, which is exactly what I wanted. What's going to surprise you the most is the kids who have extensive knowledge of how to do so much in Minecraft already. We had some really good redstone engineers. And then you've got the kids who've never ever touched Minecraft and have already determined how to use the blocks to represent veins. It's very, very exciting to see. Another thing I don't have to worry about in this lesson is classroom management. The kids had real life consequences when they decided to muck up because the other kids were not going to have it. It was quite interesting to see how that worked. The kids have already worked out their own sense of responsibility and what's acceptable and what's not on the actual game. So here's Chelsea, one of the elites. She's doing all the recording and she's been doing a lot of research behind the scenes. What really impressed me was all the research they did behind the scenes. I had a lot of pictures that I haven't put in here unfortunately of the kids looking up hearts and brains and all that sort of thing and finding out exactly how they all function. So this is a good time to talk about collaboration. Now the kids have to do very high level collaboration here. So I'm going to put them at number 5. Students do have shared responsibility and they do make substantive decisions together about the content, process or product of their work, and their work is interdependent. They've got to make sure this whole thing works together. Okay guys, we are back and we are having a look at what's happened so far. A lot of collaboration has happened, which is great. And you can see that the information is being put in. You're amazing. Okay, so there's information being put in right now. And that is by Chelsea. I think I'm starting to see a heart pumping. I am seeing a heart. So they're starting now to get the heart working. We have an eyeball, people. We have an eyeball. With a pig. It's got a pig in its eye. Okay, the guys have been working hard on getting the trousers right. Yeah, look at that heart coming in now. That's really awesome. Oh look, there's been some experimenting here too. So they're checking out how they're going to do lots of different features of the body here. I'm loving that. Oh, it's a Brody. Brody's doing an amazing job. I'm loving that. Okay, we've got a second eyeball. Josh is making an eyeball there. Olivia is just helping out with the eyeballs as well, putting on steps around it. Okay, Luke and Bryce are the ones working on the heart. Oh, Luke is supervising the heart. Okay.
Oh yeah, I was giving him some tips.
Ezekiel's working on the foot. Starting to see some very interesting pattern happening there, Ezekiel, right? And here, look, they've been doing some planning. So this is a slate, poster, and board. So they're working out which one's good for what. Here we go. All right, so we'll check on it very, very soon. Right. Brody, what can this be? Like breathing? The heart pumping? Okay, so this will be the heart pumping. It could be, what about the lungs? Breathing in and out, if it's slowed down. Brilliant. I think both. I'm loving that. Look at that heart going. It's even sounding like a heart. Wow. Wow. Okay, and there's another heart there, so it's kind of cool that there's different designs happening. Loving it. Look at that face. Let's look at the activity now in terms of knowledge construction. Now it's obvious this is all about collecting and knowledge about the human body and the main organs. So I would put this down at level 4. The learning activity's main requirement is knowledge construction, and the learning activity does require students to apply their knowledge in a new context, i.e. putting it onto a body. But the learning activity does not have learning goals in more than one subject.
Oh, yes. Miss, do you like my veins there?
Yes! 10 out of 10.
Yeah, this is the one.
Oh my God, who ate the pigs? There's pigs in the stomach. Oh my God, somebody's eaten a lot of pork. And a hamburger. Oh my gosh, that is so amazing. It's an entity. So we've got a couple of options here. As you can see from the portfolio, we can export the images, which means the kids can now use those images in a couple of different ways. One, they could use them to talk about the human body itself and show what they've learnt. They can also look at writing down the process involved in reviewing how they went in terms of being part of the team. So, if that's the case, I would choose Level 3. Students are required to produce an extended communication or multimodal communication, and they are required to provide supporting evidence. They must explain their ideas and support a thesis or facts or examples. So here we have it, the human body, Fred. Now Fred was made in just a double lesson, which for us is an hour and a half. Imagine if you had far more time to put into the research and the design. It could be quite incredible. So if you do have a go at a lesson like this, please put a link in the comments below because I really want to see them. If you would like to contact me at any time, my Twitter is @Lynne Telfer, and I also have this YouTube video, so please hit subscribe because I do want to put a lot more up. Little tiny tidbits or great big videos like this one. Throughout this video, I have been using the rubrics from the 21st Century Learning Design course. It's really worth doing. Well, you've made it to the end, right at the end of the video. So thank you for that, and I will see you next time. See you later.